Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day. So this is a clip from a previously recorded video. This is a much shorter clip of it. But as always, not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. And I'm invested in closing companies. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. And let's get into the clip. And then finally, we have Sphere 3D provides their Bitcoin production and mining updates for April 2023. This is pretty simple here. They are pretty small still, but they are starting to kind of grow a little bit here going forward. We'll see how well they do. So production was 35.59 Bitcoin for the month of April. Operations achieved was 80.9 BTC per exahash efficiency. Uptime was 94% for April as well. And then here's what we have. So miner delivery updates. We deployed 4,400 miners to Rebel Mining's Missouri site for energization. Currently 3,900 are hashing as of May 1st, and the remaining 500 will be in the coming weeks. So that's good there. Those got installed in May, not in April, so we don't have those reported yet. We expect to have additional hash rate coming online at Lancium Stacks' location beginning in May, and anticipate the majority of these to be hashing by mid-June as well. So that's good there. All right. So now if they're actually mining and hashing, they are benefiting from this network fees that everybody else is enjoying right now. So this is good for them. This is definitely going to help them out as well. Okay, and you can see the machines there. And core update here. I don't think there's anything new here that we haven't heard before. They're just talking about the same thing on them, and they're pursuing every option available to them. They're also Graphene update on April 7th. Sphere filed a suit against Graphene Digital Mining. Remember, this was back in 2021 where they were talking about possibly merging together. I don't think it's related to that, but they were talking about merging together, and then also they put out a release that they were buying these new miners, 4140s or something like that. They were supposed to be like 380 terahash miners or something like that. It was just ridiculous. Press release, I think they got bamboozled on that one. And I don't know if they got the money back yet on the deposit they put on that one, but I think they did. Okay, so just want to keep you guys updated on that one. And then let's take a look at the numbers that we do have here for Sphere really quick as well. They are over here, Sphere 3D, here we go. So I've updated the spreadsheet here to the latest dashboard style with all the metrics and all the charts. Sphere 3D has currently 73, almost 74 million shares outstanding. Current stock price is 43 cents. Market cap is at 31 million. Current hash rate is still at 433 petahash. Future hash rate is supposed to be about 1.7 exahash right now. They still have a long ways to go to get there. You can see that from last year, their production was pretty stagnant and actually went up a little bit, down a little bit, but for the most part, they were operating with only 100 petahash being installed. They increased a little bit here in December, had a pretty sizable increase as well in January, and then they've been kind of up and down here a little bit as far as BTC production is concerned, depending how many days they're operating and things like that. They do have a very small BTC HODL right now that I've been able to calculate. I'm guessing, this is an estimate, this is not the actual number, by about 17.48 Bitcoins what they're hodling. They said that current HODL value is about $500,000, so that's kind of where we're at. That equates to about 1.55% of their market cap is their HODL value, and the rest is their hash rate value. Hash rate, like we talked about this, BTC is what they actually mined here, so about 36 BTC. BTC sold is about 40 in the month, and they're hodling about 17 Bitcoin as it is right now. You can see their monthly difference in BTC production, how it's been up and down all over the place. BTC HODL has also been kind of decreasing here as well. They have increased it through the better part of last year, and then they started selling here towards the beginning of this year. Based on my numbers here a little bit, looks like they sold maybe a little bit here, but sometimes it's just hard to figure it out based on what they're actually reporting. And sometimes it can be very vague as well. So these are numbers, just best guess estimates on what they're actually sold. BTC per exahash efficiency here, you can see is still pretty good at 82.19. It's still, I'm thinking it's going to be probably right within the range of the other miners as well on that one, but it has been coming down, but that's to be expected because network hash rate has been increasing, so the efficiency is going to continue to come down on all these miners. Okay, BTC sold, we already talked about that. Hash rate and revenue. Hash rate, you can see here 100 petahash pretty much all through the year except for December. Nice increase there, and then they've been stuck at 433 petahash for the last 4 months here as well. Their revenue has been increasing here ever since December. They bottomed at November with only 181,000 in revenue. Bitcoin price at that point was coming down to about 15,500 by the time we got to December, or in December, I believe it was. And then ever since then, once they got their hash rate up, you can see their increases in revenue as well. So that is still good news. Obviously, these guys are like the smallest miner that we're currently covering out of all of them right now. Hash rate difference, you can see the increases here. Not many increases. We've only had a couple increases here. through the last 12 months. BTC sold value, you can see how much they've been selling. Last 4 quarters, self-mining revenue, obviously pretty small here, but it looks like the current quarter, Q1, is going to be a nice quarter increase for Q4 for them. Their last 4 quarter operating costs, this is for self-mining, hasn't been too bad either. Q4 was at 398,000. The revenue was 698,000 roughly, so about 50%, a little less than 50% on a 40-some percent margin on it. So that's not too bad. Other metrics, cost to mine 1 BTC has been coming down as well as they have been increasing their hash rate. So that's good to see. Their Q4 was 10,170. $10,170 for Q4 on average. And then Bitcoin mined quarterly has been increasing here ever so slightly. We're possibly going to see a nice little increase here going forward into Q1 as well, which will be good to see. Debt to equity, lower is better, obviously. That has jumped up in Q4. We'll see where Q1 numbers come in. Current ratio, higher is better. That has been coming down because they have been kind of spending a lot of money to keep themselves afloat, while their hash rate has stagnated in last year and going into this year has improved. So that's good there. And you can see that by total current assets. Total current assets have been coming down here ever since Q1. They're currently, well, they were sitting on 10.28 million at the end of Q4. We'll see where they are now with Q1. And then we can see total current liabilities was at 6.2 million, so still not too bad. They did have a good current ratio. They are above it at least, so that's not too bad there. Now, institutions and analysts did drop a little bit here in this month to 27 from 30. Shares also declined a little bit here to 849,900 from 944,000. Percentage owned is 1.15% compared to 1.28, so a little bit of a decrease there. As far as analyst ratings are concerned, we don't have any right now. Last time we had ratings on them was back in December. So about 5 months, 6 months back, 5 months back, something like that, when we actually had the analysts covering them a little bit, and we had a 1 buy rating on them at that time. Okay, so with all that said and done, looking at the numbers that we do have here, the last 3 quarters, how much they generated in revenue, current quarter, which might be around 2.8 million. Let me make sure I'm using the current quarter here. Yep, so that's the current quarter on them. And we're looking at combined total of about 6.8 million, 50% net income. We're looking at a PE of 20. That seems maybe even high for them, given that they're only going to get to 1.7 exahash, drop it down to 15 exahash. So I would say maybe 70 cents for them right now, to a high of $1.05 if things really pick up. So they're at 43 cents. I do think they are slightly undervalued, but if we bring it down to 10 PE, they're not 40 cents now. They're looking a little more properly being valued by the market as it is. Okay, depending where they are actually getting. I mean, right now, if we look at it up here, they're getting 4.62. Is that correct? 4.62, somewhere around there. Yeah, around 6. So I think they're pretty close to being fairly valued to slightly undervalued currently as it is. But it really all depends on how they grow going forward, and they do need to grow. But that's it on them. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Obviously, one of the smallest miners here. They're only getting 1.7 exahash, so they're kind of in line with DigiHost, DMG, and I think that's it as far as the smaller miners are concerned. So we have 3 of the smaller miners here, which includes Sphere 3D now as well. Okay, so that's it for that one.